Greetings, everyone. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 27 of my 31 favorite concept albums of all time. That's right, this is the topic we're doing here this month in December 2025, finishing up the year with our favorite concept album, something that was requested by many of you in recent months. Well, here we are. We're talking about those albums where there is a central theme or storyline permeating each and every song on the album. It's telling a story or trying to get across an idea, right? And all of the songs have a central theme to them, right? That runs throughout the album. Today, for pick number 27, this is going to be one of the newer ones, because concept albums were really, really big, like in the 70s, and there was a bunch of them in the 80s. And we do see quite a few of them now, especially in prog. But you don't really see them all in other forms of music all that often anymore. They do come up from time to time, but I do have some that are more recent. Today, I think, is probably the most recent. I would have to double check, but I think it's one of the more recent ones. Anyway, this album was released June 16, 2017, recorded at Blackbird Studios, The Shop, and Six Studio Amontillado in Nashville, Tennessee. So a bunch of Nashville studios. Produced by Will Evankovic for Universal Music. Talking about the 16th studio album from Styx. It's The Mission, everybody. Yes, indeed. This is a concept album created by Tommy Shaw and Will Evankovic, or written and crafted and drafted together by those two guys. This was the first studio album in quite a long time for Styx, since, of course, their album Cyclorama. Although I think they did the covers album in between, but that's the first all original material. And this was it's a concept about a mission to Mars, right? That's what it's all about. And apparently the genesis of this album came about in 2015, and Tommy Shaw kind of came up with some ideas. Him and Will started talking about it. They had a couple riffs and things. One song, the title track came up, and they said, let's just put together a whole album based on this whole kind of mission to Mars, right? And that's what it's all about. So we've got the lineup on this particular album is Tommy Shaw on lead and backing vocals, guitars, mandolin, Lawrence Gowan on vocals, all sorts of keyboards, James Young, JY himself, founding member, on vocals, electric guitars, Ricky Phillips, bass guitar, no longer with the band now, but played bass for the band for quite a long time. Chuck Pinozzo also on bass, plays bass on one or two tracks on this album, founding member. And Todd Sucherman, longtime drummer in the band, great drummer too. And like I said, Will Evankovic, he produced or co-produced the album, produced the album, added guitars and keyboards and things, and helped with the production, or was the main producer, actually, the engineering of the album, and helped with some of the songwriting. He is now a regular member of the band on guitars and vocals and things, right, and producing and stuff. So he's become kind of like a jack of all trades in the band. Will Evankovic. So what do we have on this album? So the one thing I remember when I first got this record, when it first came out, I was thinking, well, it's a little on the shortish side. It's really not when you think about it. At the time, I was thinking it was kind of a little short because it's just barely over 40 minutes. But now it's it's a perfect length, I think. Maybe it's that a lot of the songs are on the shortish side, and there's a lot of them. There's 14. I think it's we felt that the album was a little short because the songs are shorter. Styx does that nowadays. They're writing shorter, more concise songs on their last 3 studio records, but it actually works for them. That's kind of what they're doing. So it starts off with the awesome overture, which is mostly an instrumental. There's some kind of cool little vocoder effects with Tommy on it, but otherwise it's a pretty bombastic instrumental. And then it's the hard rockin' Gone 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 is up next, which is really cool. That's got a Lawrence vocal on that. We got 100 Million Miles from Home, a terrific song, so memorable, good rock song, great chorus. Tommy sings that one. You got Trouble at the Big Show, one of the more rockin' songs on the album. Tommy and JY sing that particular one. You got Locomotive, which is absolutely gorgeous. Locomotive is more of kind of like a, oh, God, how do you describe Locomotive? To me, Locomotive as a whole song is kind of like the beginning of Renegade. right? But stretched over a whole song. It's just got an amazing chorus, great vocals from Tommy, just so good. Radio Silence is one of the anthems on the album. Again, another great chorus sung by Tommy. Tommy's great on this album. It's great on every album, actually. The Greater Good, another amazing chorus on that song. Really good, kind of like one of those type of songs where you sit and hear it in concert. That's what you do, right? Tommy and Lawrence sing that one. Time May Bend, another great song, comes up next. Lawrence sings that one. 10,000 Ways, you got JY, Lawrence, and Tommy all singing that particular track there. Red Storm, another one of my favorite tracks on here, the longest song at just over 6 minutes. Red Storm could be the best song on the album. To me, it's Locomotive and Red Storm are probably my favorites. Then you got the brief little instrumental thing, All Systems Stable. Well, it's not really instrumental. It's got a little like kind of like vocal thing from Tommy on it. But then you got Key Dive, The Outpost, another great track, and then Mission to Mars, which is big and bouncy to finish off the album. Really cool. So as you can tell by the song titles, it just basically tells this story of going to Mars, right, and everything that happens along the way and then getting there and everything like that. So really cool concept album. You know, some may find it kind of cheesy, you know, because it's just kind of like typical kind of sci-fi journey type thing. We've probably heard people probably saying we've heard this sort of thing a million times before as far as like a storyline standpoint. But it was Styx's full-blown return to kind of like 70s, early 80s progressive rock and, you know, storytelling, concept storytelling type of thing. And to me, it's the best album they had done since Paradise Theater, easily. And I rank this very high in their catalog, really high in their catalog. You know, you got those classic 70s records, but it's right behind those. So yeah, I love it. Mission to Mars by Styx is my concept album for today. God, I can't wait for this new camera to come in. I don't know about you guys, but that's just, I don't know what it is. It's just it's like it's not in 1080, which is bothering me when I was used to doing 1080 for so long. But there's like this weird kind of pinkish hue that I just can't get rid of. I don't know what the deal is. So anyway, we'll figure it out. New camera's coming in. Should have it over the weekend, I think. And we'll get that all set up and hopefully back to looking like normal here on the channel. So anyway, thanks for watching. List your concept album pick down below as any thoughts you might have on Styx's Mission to Mars. Do I like it more than Kilroy? Yes, I do. Quite a bit. Kilroy will not be showing up on this particular countdown. Will Paradise Theater show up? Maybe. You'll have to stay tuned and wait. Till then, visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options. They're all down below. Thanks for all your support, folks. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. What do we got coming up on the channel? We've got, stay tuned just a little bit, Martin Popoff and myself. We'll be back at the Funhouse. We're going to do our end-of-year wrap-up here for the show. We'll be picking back up in January, but we're basically going to be talking about some of the musicians that we lost in 2025, and specifically those ones that kind of fell a little under the radar that you might not have heard about, that we didn't cover on the channel. Right, we're going to talk a little bit about some of those, and so we make sure we don't forget any of those. Right, so that'll be coming up in just a little bit. We've got the Professor's Picks later today. It's a busy day on the channel. It's that first Friday of the month. Right, a lot of things going on. We've also got 4 Fusion Friday happening tonight. Tomorrow we've got a few album homework assignments shows for you. And then we have Ranking the Albums of Hellstar on Sunday. I'll be joined by John Gaffney and Rich Catino for that great American metal band Hellstar. So tune into that and more. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.